Preeya. Well, I do a lot of things, but I'm actually a global mobility and wealth strategist. Hell no. Actually, I don't wear a lot of makeup, but I just feel like the first impression you put forward is really important, especially with new clients. And my clients are high net worth individuals, so it's really important for me to put forward my best impression. I don't know about that. I would hope not, but I think the fact is that they do. I think when someone looks put together and when someone looks like they care about their own appearance, then people trust them more to care about them as well. For example, as a client. I think my field is very male dominated, so I per se don't feel pressure because I just am confident however I look, but I think it's important in a male dominated industry to look a certain way. Yes. The way you look shows how much you care about your own appearance, which then makes people feel like you'll care about them more. Yes, I do think when you feel good about how you look and you feel good and confident that day, I do definitely think you have an energy shift. I think energy is a huge, important part of daily life and how people perceive you, and the energy you put into the world is what you get back. So I do think when you have that confident energy that you're putting out, you will receive the results of that in return. Yes, there's definitely been a lot of times I've felt powerless. I think with anyone who, especially if you own your own business, you have those days which are very helpless days, especially if you're doing it on your own. And there are times when you really have to think hard of solutions, so you do feel powerless for a while. But hopefully you can bring yourself out of that and regain your power. So if I'm doing it on my own, I'm one of those people who believe it's okay to have a bad day. Like if I have one bad day or 2 bad days or even a bad week, I'm going to allow myself to have that. I'm not going to force positivity upon myself, but I do think it's important at a certain point to then meditate, manifest, say your affirmations, and bring yourself back to a positive place at some point. But it's okay to have a bad day. Makeup obviously makes you feel like you look your best. I'm not saying that makeup is everything, but it definitely helps to make you feel like you are your best self. And when you feel like your best self, you're going to put a positive energy out into the world, and that energy is very important. So if I know that putting some makeup on is going to make me feel confident on one of those days, like I said, I don't normally wear a lot of makeup, but I definitely think concealer, foundation, and just having, not even a foundation, sometimes I just use a sheer tint moisturizer, but anything that's gonna even out my skin tone is automatically gonna make me feel better, even on a casual day, even if I'm just going to brunch or going to get a coffee. I do believe in positive affirmations. I don't necessarily say them to myself in the mirror, but I do listen to positive affirmations every day when I wake up in the morning to start my day off. I think positive affirmations just puts you in a better mindset. Like, life is stressful. There's a lot going on, especially now, and I think listening to positive affirmations is just a good reminder of how you should treat yourself and respect yourself, and therefore it puts you in a better mindset and lets you go about your day in a more positive way.